Dude, I just had the biggest scare. I was just sitting on the main screen like I usually do before getting ready to record some more. But apparently I hadn't actually hit the start, to actually go to the menu. So it was just chilling there. And then the op started, and it freaked me out because it's never done that before. And I was like, ah! And then I quickly closed out of the op because I don't want to. I need everything to be a surprise. All right. Fuck, dude. That gave me a jump scare. The smell of dust wafted through an office. Situated on the second floor of a somewhat old building. Sunlight streamed in through the window, covering the back wall, turning the fluttering dust into that of a thin, powdery snow. The words plastered in onto the window, Frezia Credit Bureau, oh god, cast a shadow onto the nearby desk. 20 desks were lined up across the floor, with not even a hint of a gap between them. Each one was drowning in an endless sea of documents, papers, and files. I could tell. Stacked so high, they looked to be on the verge of collapsing. From an outsider's perspective, it looked far more like a publishing company than a credit bureau. I mean, this is where most of the desks lacked desidents. There were only around 5-6 people at best. As for why that was, the obvious conclusion would be that it was a Saturday. But that is by no means the answer. This was made evident by the whiteboard stuck to the wall near the entrance. Its schedule densely packed with tasks and projects. Nearing the end of his lunch break, Bon Yasuji opened the door to the private investigation company. Yeah! Billy Williams! He entered without so much of it as a knock, yet none of the workers seemed to bat an eye. We knew it. We knew we were following him. Continuing to act as if he belonged there, Bon gave a quick, how's it going? And headed toward the desk at the back of the room. In it sat a robust-looking woman, hunched over her laptop.
Oh, Momo-chan, genki?
Give it the old working hard or hardly working. Oh, hey. I didn't think she'd have like a Sprite or nothing. In response, the woman continued staring at her monitor with a wary expression. Her name was Mimosae Katsuko, and she was the president of Frezia.
Ban-chan, mata kita no?
Jesus Christ.
Mata kimashita, yotto.
That is...
NewGen についての新ネタ、ない。
That is not the voice I expected to come out.
たく、私は忙しいのよ。抱えてる案件が5万ってあるの。うちみたいな零細企業は土日返上で仕事しなくちゃいけないの。わかる？
No. This is the Billy Williams way, alright? We make people crappy where we go. Mimosae finally raised her head. She placed a hand on her forehead and upon seeing Bon's grinning face, lightly shook her head.
ここは警察の秘密組織でも子会社でもないって何度も言ってるでしょうに。ただで情報もらえるなんて虫のいいこと考えてるんだろうけど、ここに来てる暇があるなら自分の足で何とかなさいな公務員さん。
But...
または依頼料を払うこと。予約表はみおちゃんにもらってちょうだい。
A retaining fee?
相変わらず冷てえ社長だな、おい。
In spite of Mimosae's sharp remarks, Bon didn't show a hint of concern. He simply fanned himself with his distinctive handheld fan, remaining as aloof as could be.
この会社立ち上げるときにはあんなに協力してやったのによ。
Yeah!
あら、ワンちゃんも恩着せがましい人だわね。何年同じことを言い続ければ気が済むわけ？
I act like I was there, assisting him with that.
まあ言っててくれ。じゃあ依頼料はこいつでどうかな。
Oh, Bon showily pulled out a plastic bag with the name of a nearby Japanese-style confectionery store on it. Ooh.
なんだ、あるなら最初から出してよ。いつも悪いわね。
True.
みおちゃん、お茶2つ持ってきて。
Now, yeah, everything's fine now. Her attitude having undergone a swift, stark change, Mimosae closely examined the contents of the bag Bon had handed to her.
あら、栗羊羹、今が旬なのよね。わかってるじゃない。
Damn.
あ、バンちゃん、そんなところに突っ立ってないで座って。
Billy Williams is good.
どうも。
You can't even hear. Bon gave a wry smile, took a chair from the closest desk, and seated himself beside Mimosae. The clerical lady Mimosae had called for before brought over 2 steaming cups of tea.
で、なんか新ネタあるかい？
ちょっと待ちなさいって。
We can't jump right into that now. Mimosae carefully unwrapped the chestnut yokon, folded up the wrapper, and set it beside her PC. She then hurriedly devoured the first of the sweet treats. That's me. I devour. Japanese-style treats were her greatest weakness. They were a necessary offering for Bon to bring every time he came for information.
おいしいわ、これ。
人に言えた義理じゃないけどよ。ちったダイエットしたらどうだい？
Well, that's just rude.
でないといつまで経っても結婚できないぜ。
Wow.
本当に人に言えた義理じゃないわね。
What do you mean? Billy Williams is in great shape.
私はもうとっくに今期は逃したわよ。
With a shrug of her shoulders, Mimosae took a sip from her tea, then turned to face Bon.
また新しいニュージェネ事件起きたわね。こんなところでサボってていいの？
そっちの調査は俺以外の全員が真剣に取り組んでるさ。
Don't worry, man. Billy Williams is always working.
俺は別のアプローチから真実に迫ってやる。ってね。
Yeah.
こっこつけちゃって。似合わないわよ。
Knowing himself to be quite sensitive to hot drinks, Bon showed no hint of reaching for the cup. He simply continued to fan his face in spite of the already chilly air. It was something of a habit of his. Oh shit.
警察は G レートの線追ってるの？
Get like a new CG too for it.
そうそう。G レートね。ありゃすごいな。ももちゃんの話の通りだったぜ。
私が嘘の情報を渡すわけないでしょうに。これでおまんま食べてるんだから。それで？
まあ、勝手に調べてるよ。
Yep. I was like, we are.
勝手にって。ちょっとバンちゃん！
What? Mimosae's voice carried well. Her personality was intrinsically energetic, leading her voice quite a bit in volume. The workers of Frezio were used to this, not even batting an eye as her angry voice reverberated throughout the office. The boss's yelling was an everyday occurrence after all. Bon and Mimosae were old friends, so he was all too familiar with being on the receiving end of it. Thus, much to her chagrin, Mimosae's wrath was met only with him lazily picking at his ear. God, I love Billy Williams. Before she said anything else, Mimosae quickly lowered her voice, for this was not a topic that she didn't want to read those prying ears. But her face was red with anger, as if she had not been cheerfully stuffing herself with sweets just moments before. She pointed her finger at Bon with tremendous intensity.
個人って追うのは危険だって言ったじゃない。政治に宗教に企業、どれだけ根深く関与してると思ってるの？
Dude, we live for danger.
この間テレビで G レートの講義をやった太田教授がどうなったか、あんたもよく知ってるでしょ。
Oh God.
貼り付けで殺された被害者だろ。何度も聞いたよ。
何度でも言ってやるわ。言ってやりますとも。
That's what that.
あんたはいつも私の忠告を無視するんだから。
It all has meaning. Everything is connected.
それでいつも尻拭いさせられるのは私なんてたまったもんじゃないわ。
まあそうかなるなって。茶でも飲んで落ち着いたら。
That's what we're waiting for. Ignoring both Bon and her tea, Mimosae tossed a second chestnut yokon into her mouth in a huff.
大丈夫だって。一応諏訪と一緒に動いてるんで。
To an extent.
今はまだ G レートやら何やらってな。 突飛すぎて上を説得できねえなよ。
スワちゃんは確かに有能だし、しっかりしているけど、無理させたら承知しないわよ。
I mean, it does sound like absolutely ridiculous, right? So...
ももちゃんはいつから諏訪の保護者になったんだ？
パンちゃんの無謀な行動に未来ある若者が巻き込まれるのはかわいそうでしょうに。
No, he must assist.
そうかい。
With a shrug of resignation, Bond took a testing sip of his tea, only to immediately grimace. Still too hot. Yeah, put that down.
しかし、バイオリズムが人を殺す凶器になるなんてこと、本当にありえるのかね？
前に説明したでしょうに。
実はいまいち理解しきれてねえんだわ。それってももちゃんお得意の電磁波と関係してるのかい？
Mimosae let out a sigh, then, in contrast to Bond, composedly sipped at her tea.
満月の夜の事件簿はよく知ってるでしょ？
まあな。
A vast influx of incidents and accidents would always occur on the night of a full moon. This isn't an urban legend either. One need only glance at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police's statistical records.
その満月以上の力でバイオリズムカーブが上昇したらどうなると思う？
興奮するってことだろ？
Oh,
それだけ？
it's all just insane.
渋谷は特殊な街なのよ。言ったでしょ？ GE レートが高ければバイオリズムカーブは上昇する。しかもその上昇値は満月の夜に影響する数値のおよそ6800倍。
I was gonna say, so then it's even worse.
なんとも想像しにくい数字だな。
That's a big boy number.
比べ物にならないくらいすごいって考えとけばいいわ。
Yeah.
しかし、なんで今なんだい？
殺された太田教授が言っていたのは GE レートが半年前から急に増加しているせいってことね。地層の構造に大きな変化が起きない限りそんなことはありえないそうだけど。
変化ね。
I like the should be.
そう駅前のスクランブル交差点で火山が噴火するほどのエネルギーが必要なの。
火山？そんなに大きな力なのか？
それくらい今の GE レートはありえない状況なのよ。
それを世間に訴えようとした教授はニュージェネで殺された。
Yeah.
事件の前日に教授が出演する予定だったテレビ番組が急遽放送中止になった話知ってる？
Of course it was.
確かか。
Of course it was.
知り合いに MHK に勤めている人がいて聞かされたの。
国営放送の番組に圧力かけられる立場なんてそうそうないぜ。
私も詳細についてはわからないわ。知ってたらとっくに告発してるだろうし。
Bond leaned forward, intrigued.
俺でも大体予想はつくさ。この際はっきり言っちゃってよ。
本気で聞きたい？
I'm ready.
社会の暗部に踏み込むことになるわよ。いいの？
Dude, Billy Williams, he's lived in the dark side of society. He already knows.
パンちゃん、クビになるかもしれない。
No, we'll never.
俺はニュージェネ事件の犯人さえ捕まえられりゃそれでいいんだけどね。
This is our boy, dude.
ま、どうするかは答えを聞いてから考えるわ。
Sipping her tea, Mimosae tapped away at her laptop keyboard with her free hand. Displayed on the screen was a single document. It contained a list of information Mimosae had personally looked into.
名和と
What the shit? Hold up. We gotta take a big ol' look-see here. Fictional. One of the two major political parties in Japan. 4 years ago, the Meiwa Party was as an opposition party, but that changed following a major breakthrough in the general election that year. Its catchphrase is "a brighter peace for the people," as the two kanji used in its name, Mei and Wa, mean bright and peace respectively. All right.
おもちゃん 勘弁してくれ。俺はてっきり野党の名前が出てくると思ってたんだがな。よりによって。
Bond groaned in utter exasperation. Yet, despite his smile, his eyes showed not even a hint of one. All they housed now was the cold, discerning gaze of a detective.
下手したらこの国が揺らぐぜ。
Oh god, no, it's cuts away! God damn it! Dude, I love the Billy Williams stuff. I don't know. Like, he's just getting to the bottom of it, dude. I love him. Since it was the weekend, I'd been unable to get Remy to come over, so I was forced to spend 2 very anxious days all by myself. And now I'm back with this crazy person. I had Remy pick up some groceries on Friday so I could survive the weekend without leaving my base, but I'd come very close to sending her a text asking her to come over multiple times. I'd probably send her like a message. I mean, if you want to come over, you can. You don't have to, but I'd really appreciate it. But in the end, I hadn't sent anything. The only thing that gave me a break from my anxiety was the half hour I'd spent watching the latest episode of Bloodtoon. Even in extreme circumstances such as this one, I still had to make sure to stay up to date on Bloodtoon. Despite all the what are you doing there? Remy was my sole source of comfort in this third dimension. But when it came to the second one, Bloodtoon was the one that fulfilled that role. Well, to be more specific, Seraton was. I mean, look at her smiling. Always smiling. After I'd finally overcome that weekend, Monday came. I took a peek at Fripera's Phantasm section, only to find it in a state of complete chaos. Wasting no time, I immediately followed a link taking me to @channel. It was a total shit show. Oh, Jesus. Hold up. Fez from Phantasm was hospitalized in the past. Fez's real name is Kashimoto. When she was younger, she was hospitalized for mental illness reasons. The name of the hospital was AHM. Oh, boy. Phantasm is over. Cool story, bro. Too bad it's total BS. Deets, please. Whose eyes are the... You shut your goddamn mouth! Who the fuck is Fez? You serious? God damn it. Cat emojis. Lol, was that a tip for sus? No, it's okay. I was like, I don't see sus here. Why did it do that? But it's serious. Okay. For fuck's sake, more haters. What a poor attempt at bait. If you're not gonna bother making a thread like this, at least include a source. Fail. This is such bullshit. Fez has never been in that dumbass hospital. How do you even sleep at night spreading such obvious slander? I've never heard of AHM before. Stop making shit up. The one watching you was I, Fez. Oh my god. Strike the stake. Right into those dumbass spouting BS. The next NewGen victim is gonna be one of you bastards. Jesus Christ. Okay, so this claim is legit. Fez was hospitalized for a very long period of time for mental health reasons. The hospital publishes a free newspaper in which a selection of drawings, essays, poems, and other works done by patients are shown. Her song lyrics can be found there. You can find all this on the hospital's website. Dipshits. Her full name is Kashimoto Ayase. AHM equal Arcart Medical. Wow, alright. So, that's a thing. Is that seriously all it takes for you guys to abandon her? Well, it's fine by me. Just means I got fewer rivals now. Fez-tan will be mine. See you all at the wedding. You wish. Wait, LMAO? It was actually true? What the fuck? Hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare flame war. There's even pictures? I'm gonna piss myself laughing. Notice of Phantasm's termination. Shut up. Is Phantasm gonna disband because of this? I used to like Fez quite a bit. Sexually. God damn it, I hate these people. It's literally the internet. This must be someone's guidance too. The verses that aren't used in Phantasm songs aren't they? What shit? Stop with the eyes. Don't quit, Fez. I'm seriously gonna cry. I think I understand it. They say there's a fine line between genius and insanity after all. Yeah, and we're on that line. Band breakup flag for the win. Tonight the black mass cometh. You should stop. Lowly Fezton Fap. God damn it. I hate these people. Doesn't matter how much noise you virgins make on here. Fez doesn't look at the past, only the future. Can't wait for her next prophecy predicting all of your deaths. Jesus Christ. Okay, what's the problem though? This reeks of a weird advertising scheme by Phantasm. It's so obvious that Fez is total schizo. True. So Fez was always mentally ill. But that's what's good about her. Oh god. Fez's spirit collapsed because the world was full of ill will. Its power awoke the punk part of her soul. Those keen, aggressive lyrics are the cry of her sublimated, sublime shit. We, on the contrary, should celebrate the facts bared by that guy all the way up there. Can I like scroll back up? No, there's not. Fuck. Oh my god. I followed the URL. Oh, okay, we're doing it anyway. Yeah, okay, so it was just that one. Alright, apparently, Arcana Medical was an old school psychiatric facility that only treated severe cases of mental illness. Or at least that was what the website said. Dude, we need that too. On the website had pictures of the place, and frankly, it looked straight up like a penitentiary. There were iron bars on every single window. You gotta protect the crazy people, alright? I wasn't even sure if it was still open or not. The homepage hadn't been updated for 4 years or so. But just as the poster on that channel had said, beneath a certain poem was the name and photo of a young Ayase. She is very small. Oh, Jesus. Shadow of the wicked heart lurks within that body, a presence which I cannot perceive. Even if I try to split asunder, perpetual nightmares alas take shape and eventually become a sword. One that will tear this body apart. Should they bear the shield of apathy is death, ye souls shall escape the flames of war. On a battlefield reborn, come foes with malice in their hearts, ill will without compare. When that time comes, malice shall propose to possess its own will, and thus reveal its true form. Dude, you're fucked up, ISA. Small ISA. It wasn't that it was shocking to me or anything like that. After all, I'd regularly gone to a mental hospital too back when I was in elementary school. Yeah, but we need to go more. So really, I felt sympathy for her. ISA and I were the same. She had that bewitching aura to her, and every person my age in Shibuya thought she was so charismatic. But despite how different that made us, in this one way, we were the same. The fact that we had that in common reinforced my hypothesis that I had the same power she did. The power to project delusions onto reality. It wouldn't be wrong to say that it gave me some courage, maybe, perhaps, even some strength. Though, there was one problem. Up until now, I had taken everything ISA had said at face value, but that might have been a mistake. Things about how to acquire a dye sword, things about how getting my hands on one could save me. It wasn't the phenomenon she'd showed me that was making me doubt her, but the words she'd said. I wasn't sure whether or not to believe her. Maybe, dude, I would have believed her the moment the whole delusion bullshit was happening. Or seeing her pull out a sword out of fucking thin air. You know, there's a lot of things. The sun ringing up my phone startled me. You could always count on them to take you by surprise. I nearly pissed myself. Same. That was why I hated these things. The loud ringing refused to stop, so I clicked my tongue and grabbed it. Who is it? It's probably Nanami calling me. She probably is just calling a bitch about whatever random bullshit was bothering her. Kill me now. Annoyed as I could be, I pressed the accept call button and held the phone to my ear without checking who was calling. That was your first biggest mistake. I had no idea why I did that. After everything I'd been through, why the hell had I not checked the caller's number? Oh, no. Why? I don't like it. I'm uncomfortable. Just hang up. Hang it up! What came on the other side of the line was a certain melody playing loudly. You may pass. I frantically checked the number on the display. Calling 03X7333X991. There it is. Shit, I knew I should have checked. It was them, but how? Wasn't the number, like, out of order? It said it wasn't in use anymore. When I had Nanami call the number to check, that one notice played. Maybe the prankster had reactivated it? Just hang up, forget, block the number. Panicking, I turned toward the center of my room. Surely Remy would be there, ready to give me some advice. But she obviously wasn't. Of course she wasn't. Remy was at school right now, in the middle of class. I told her in advance that I wouldn't go to school today, so she hadn't come to pick me up. As I freaked out, trying to figure out what to do, You May Pass kept on playing from my phone. A whole minute had already passed. You didn't bother hanging. I would have, the moment I fucking heard that, instant hang up. Nope. I ain't dealing with that freaky shit. From the small amount I listened to earlier, I could tell there were other sounds mixed in with the song. We heard that last time, you fucker. The few things I could make out were the sound of car engines and people walking. Whoever was calling me, they had to be outdoors. But who the hell was calling me? I can only think of one person who would pull a prank like that. Shogun. Everything is Shogun. Now, really freaking the fuck out, I looked at Seraton, who was standing next to my PC screen.
どうしたらいいと思うセラ
Seraton smiled at me, just as she always did.
切っちゃえばいいさ。無視無視。
Yeah, it's you big stupid.
そっかそうだよねその手があった
I should have done that from the beginning. The real crazy thing would be if you hung up, but it was still playing. I put my thumb on the button to end the call. But for some reason, before hanging up, I felt the undeniable urge to listen to You May Pass just one more time. Just for a little bit longer. I don't like it. It felt strange, even to me. It's like we're being indoctrinated or some shit. It creeped me out. There was no reason I should have hesitated even remotely, and yet I almost subconsciously gripped my phone and brought it to my ear. You fucking... I hate it so much. And now it's like getting louder. Okay. It came surging out of the phone. A fierce pain, a violent piercing, nearly ultrasonic sound noise. The sound shot throughout my entire body. It was almost as if lightning had struck my head. My entire body was paralyzed. I screamed as loud as I could, yet I couldn't hear my own voice. Boiling. My brain. My heart. They boiled and they bubbled. They melted into mush. Okay, calm down. Pain crawled from deep within my body, tearing me apart. My consciousness liquefied and coursed through my veins. And when it finally arrived at my heart, it erupted in a resounding explosion, then vanished. Overwhelmed by these horrific sensations, I was unable to figure out what was going on. I could no longer even think. Finally, we're dead. Don't be doing this to me. My heart is already... I'm old. I can't take things that happen. When Kusunoki Yua slowly opened her eyes, she saw her class 3B, enveloped in pure chaos. What the shit is happening? Several students had collapsed. Oh, it's happening everywhere. Their eyes had rolled back into their heads. Foam bubbled from their mouths as their entire bodies convulsed. Another group of students were crouched low to the floor, cowering, pressing down on their heads in pain. So the song, like, it like subconsciously got us to like keep listening to it, and then that fucking at the end just fucked everybody. God damn. The students that remained shot up from their seats and made straight for the hallway, even though the classes were technically still in session. The teacher was too focused on taking care of the students that had collapsed to pay those who left any attention. All the students that had run away were screaming in terror, but none of that seemed to register within Yua's mind. Her phone had been vibrating in her skirt pocket for a while now. Okay, yeah, so everybody got this. Once she finally realized that, Yua slowly reached for it. No! Yua, stop! She attempted to stand up, but was unable to keep steady and fell from her chair. Oh my god. Staying low to the ground, she leaned against the wall. After she put her glasses back in place, Yua pressed the accept call button and held it to the phone to her ear. Don't do it. Don't. I don't want to hear it.
Hi.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, it's actually
はい。一応大丈夫です。
You are... As she answered the question, Yua grimaced and pressed on her forehead. She could hear the clamor of the students in the hallway, as well as the voice of her teacher trying to help the unconscious students, but it all sounded so terribly distant.
はい。あなたは、はい。そうですか。それで。
Oh no. Suddenly, Yua went pale. With a gulp, she covered her phone with her hand and brought her voice low. Her voice had very clearly been shaking.
そんなわけないんです。
I don't want to hear it.
だって本当は。
Oh, don't. Upon saying that much, Yua's voice began to falter. She hung her head.
本当は私だったのに。
The commotion in the hallway intensified. Everyone shut your goddamn mouths. Everyone was looking and pointing in the same direction. Anxious expressions on their faces. The windows in the hallway rattled as if they were being hit by a fierce gale.
はい。そうです。私の妹です。
What?
はい。わかりました。
What? At last, Yua bowed her head as if the person she was speaking to was in front of her, then hung up the phone. What? Then she looked up and directed her gaze toward where everyone was pointing, beyond the window.
空が。
She's even got like tears and everything. Ah, the light, it burns me. It was as if a seal of white paint had coated the surface of a grand lake. The sky, which had been previously filled only by its light blue color, was turning white. Okay. The white was spreading at an impossible speed. It bled rapidly across the sky, eroding each and every speck of blue it could find.
白く染まっていく。
I don't like anything that's happening. Oh, and chapter 5's over. Oh, hey, it's no chaos ahead, Noah. God damn it. Billy Williams. We got a lot to do. Like a lot to do. If it were a day like any other, getting released from a lengthy meeting should have put Bon Yusuji in a good mood. However, today was not a normal day. The detective removed himself from his peers, moved to the nearest window, and attempted irritably to call his junior. Oh. See, I thought like, who were you? Suwa, his partner, had not shown up to today's meeting. Oh God. I get wanting to play hooky on this, but did you really have to leave me to go in alone? Damn kid, Bon thought to himself. At first, At first glance, Sua may have appeared lighthearted, but in actuality, he was quite the diligent man and took his job very seriously. With this being Bond's opinion of him, what happened today was quite the shock. He had attempted to call him several times, but it always went to voicemail. Ever since he had heard a fairly unsettling story from Mimosae 2 days prior, Bond had been faced with a constant feeling of unease. And today, only more troubles had been added to the pile. There was an incident with Sua, but that was not all. When Bond was reporting about the GE rate earlier this morning, he was immediately shot down by Matsunaga. "We don't have time for crackpot theories," his superior said. Fuck you, now's the time to be talking about crackpot theories. With all this bullshit, could you not add to the pile, kid? I've had more than enough for a week. Bond waved his fan in his face repeatedly and let out a small sigh. And right when he did, the call connected. Oh, and he heard the voice of his junior on the other end. Oh? Oh, shit. You schmuck. The reception was extremely poor. Which part of the countryside did Sua lose himself in? Bond thought, scratching his head. Oh, shit. Interrogating suspects. As Bond shouted into the receiver, Sua's voice disappeared on the other end, replaced by a continuous rustling sound. Oh, there we go. I'm doing things my way. The way Sua acted on his own without getting permission was not something that was worthy of praise. However, Bond could not help but smile wryly to himself, as he, too, was taking unauthorized actions even now. He considered that perhaps he was a bad influence on his junior. Oh? Oh? The color in Bond's eyes shifted. Yeah, he's putting in work, dude. Oh, no. And it cuts off. What the fuck? God damn it. Right at that moment, the area below Bond's feet began to shake. The shaking gradually increased in intensity. It was hard to even stand up straight. Unable to maintain his balance for any longer, Bond got down low to the floor. Yup. Jesus Christ, everything's happening. The other detectives, who at first seemed to be underestimating the seriousness of the situation, all quickly moved under their tables. Protect. The clock fixed to the wall, the paper cups and pens atop the table, the projection equipment, they all crashed to the floor one by one. The two whiteboards standing side by side near the podium fell to the ground as well. It's like being stuck in some insane turbulence. That was how it felt to Bond. It felt like the ground was disappearing beneath him. Oh no. His entire body was being swung left and right by the shaking. It seemed to have a seismic activity of around 5 or 6. Jeez. Has the great Kanto earthquake finally arrived? Of all times for it to hit, it hits now? Oh. What the fuck? Immediately after thinking that, a fierce pain shot through Bond. No! Causing him to groan out in pain. It felt as if he had taken a violent blow to the head. But he had not been physically struck by anyone. It was simply a severe headache. Ooh, it's that bad of a headache? God damn. Huh. It's like being pierced right into your brain. Suddenly, a scream echoed throughout the conference room. Gritting his teeth, Bond looked up to see one of the detectives gripping his head as he writhed in agony. Oh, God. And then, like a lifeless doll, he fell to the ground with a thump. What the shit? Most of the other detectives were gripping their heads as well, their faces contorted in pain. What was this headache that bore no resemblance to any he had experienced before? And why was they all having it? And whether it was connected to the earthquake, there was no way for Bond to know. Stop with the shaking! Eventually, the shaking gradually subsided. With his vision blurred, Bond looked out the window. Oh, and there it is. Everything was covered in a milky white light. A light so dazzling, Bond could no longer keep his eyes open. It's that bright? Oh, and I didn't like that did the sound when you fucking go to the menus. Oh, hey, we're alive. Just barely. Oh my god. That earthquake fucked us. Say goodbye to all our shit. As I opened my eyes, I felt a sharp pain enough to crack my skull open. I found myself slumped over in the middle of the room. I tried to get up, but the pain in my head suddenly shot to the rest of my body, and I nearly fainted from the agony. I let out a pained groan. Oh my god. After 5 full minutes of pure writhing torture, the pain receded slightly, and I managed to stand up by using the leg of my bed to support myself. I wiped off the cold sweat off my forehead with my hand. My room was completely devastated. It was as if a tornado had ripped through it. All of my waifus lined up on the shelf had toppled over, and some had even fallen off the shelf entirely. They're probably broken. The bed was now sitting at an angle, and the piles of edoge and packages had crumpled to the floor and scattered everywhere. What the hell had happened? If I remembered correctly, there had been a phone call that had been playing the melody of You May Pass before then transitioning into something like an ambulance siren. It was exactly the same as last time. Yeah, but this time it fucked us. That's right. Right when the buzzer sounded, I'd heard the ground roar. And immediately after that, my whole body felt like it was boiling and melting. And then, I couldn't remember a damn thing. It was all completely blank. Oh, God. Was it an EM wave attack from Shogun? Shut your goddamn mouth. What if Shogun was capable of something similar to what that was in the patent I'd found? Just the thought alone sent a chill down my spine. While trying my best to endure my headache, I looked up at the ceiling. Of course, there wasn't anything to see up there. But if he was reading my mind, he'd have to be using a satellite that'd be in orbit way up there.
いくらなんでもそんなはずないよ。
Really? I feel like anything's possible, though. But considering what Senna had told me before, that patented system could already be in use. Maybe it was in use, and a few people were already abusing it. Senna's on the case, dude. She's already destroying shit. And maybe Shogun was among them. No, there was no way. It was way too far-fetched. There was no way an old fart like him, with 1 foot in the grave, would have private access to a satellite. Unless he was one of the key persons behind a top-secret black project sanctioned by the government. God, I just sound absolutely insane whenever I'm reading this game, and I love it. Scaring myself with my own delusions wasn't helping anything. Since something had actually happened, I decided to look up what the hell it was online. Still fighting my headache, I crawled toward my computer. Is it good? No, don't say it's busted. Well, at least Seroton's okay. The computer should have still been on. The monitor should have been displaying a wallpaper with Seroton on it, but it was pitch black. I had set it up to automatically go into sleep mode, so it wouldn't make any sense for it to do that. Or hadn't done that. I was feeling dizzy. It was as if I had no strength left in my body. Everything even standing up took everything I had. Gritting my teeth, I attempted to move the mouse around. No response. Press the power button. Okay, After a second, the hard disk started, emitting its typical scratching noise. I sank down in my chair. As I waited for my PC to boot, I frantically grabbed my phone, which was still on my desk. I checked the time. I don't even want to look at the phone.
13時
before I'd gotten that call. What time had it been when I was browsing the ISA stuff on that channel? I don't know. When I tried using my brain, the stabbing pain coursing through it got even worse. Don't think. Time. Remember the time. It couldn't have been. Yeah, it hadn't been noon yet, which meant...
1時間以上も気絶してた。
Dude. Or maybe I'd been sleepwalking, and I'd ended up wandering off somewhere else for an hour.
僕は無遊病じゃない。
I don't know. And then we would probably have been there, right? I shook my head violently, trying to stop thinking about things that would make me sink back into negative bullshit. As I did so, my vision wobbled from the pain still hammering in my head. It was like a lump of lead was sitting in the middle of my skull. And when I looked at the PC monitor, I don't want to see anything that'll freak me out. What the... No!
おい、マジで
No! Wait! The red screen of death? No way. The hard disk data was corrupted?
嘘だ。そんなのありえない。あっちゃダメだ。そんなことになったら全てが終わる。
Yeah, this is fucked, dude. It was where I stored my giga-sized collection of R18 Moe pics. Damn! My Edoge save data. I mean, if you're on cloud saving, I mean, you're probably not. All my bookmarks for sites I browse daily. My minimum attendance chart. And the thing I treasured most. My ESO save data. Okay, that one's ridiculous because it's an MMO. It should just be on the cloud. It's a fucking MMO. Come on. You're telling me everything's gone? Okay, no. We need to think. We could probably see what's up. We gotta do some troubleshooting, okay? I wanted to cry out in frustration. I wanted to smash my keyboard in anger. I wanted to kick the wall with everything I had. But before I did anything, though, I needed to check if I could restore it. But my whole body was still heavy, and my headache refused to go away. All I could do was bite my lip and sink deeper into my chair. It was over. My life was over. Finally, my bad end. Losing my ESO data meant I had no reason left to live. Jesus Christ. Nothing mattered anymore. It had all burned away. Just kill me. Don't say that. Oh, no.
待ってタッキー
Uh-huh. With an angelic smile on her face, Seraton gently called for me atop my desk.
冷静になりなよ。円数みたいなオンラインのゲームってセーブデータは全部サーバーに保存されてるんじゃない？
Why is she actually the smart one in this fucking relationship? Like by server? You mean the dev server?
だからたとえタッキーの PC が壊れてもナイトハルトッチのデータは消えてないはずっしょ？
Yeah, your characters are fine. You stupid fuck. You not know? You're smart. You say you're smart, but you don't know how this shit works? Oh, you're right. I mean, she's just like freaking out. It is what it is. I was so dizzy and confused I'd forgotten even the basics. Yeah, and he's got like the super headache. He just woke up from unconsciousness. Felt like I'd finally found a ray of hope shining through the endless despair. I knew I could depend on my waifu. Just like we all can. I'd still have to give up on my treasured pics and MP3s that hadn't been backed up, though. I need to start reformatting the OS as quickly as possible. And I wanted to see with my own two eyes that my ESO data was safe. The only time it wouldn't be safe is if the server, the game server, just was absolutely destroyed. That would suck. Though in order to do that, the headache was still torturing me. The headache that was still torturing me had to stop. Take some fucking my super pills, my migraine pills. Unfortunately for me, the pain didn't feel like it was going anywhere anytime soon. Dude, everything just fucking happened. Oh no. Where am I? I mean, I know where I am, but like, why? Are we following some? Did we go outside? No, that's impossible. We never go outside. Just the news. Everything's fucked. That's what I would say if I was a newscaster, man.